What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Wisco Madman coming at you with another reaction video. If you guys haven't already, be sure to smash that sub button down below, smash the like button, hit the notifications over to the all position, and we're gonna get into this. So I've been wanting to check this out for a little bit, ever since he dropped it. I forget exactly the details. I caught a bit and piece of it because I haven't checked any Ren vlogs out yet. I think I caught something from BP on this one, Black Pegasus, for those who don't know. But Ren's so genuine, and I really like him, not only as an artist, but like as a person, and the way he presents himself, the way he comes off, all that kind of stuff. So I felt like it was worth at least jumping into this video. We'll see where it goes. Maybe I'll check out future vlogs. But for now, this one's 1 million subscribers, defining success. So let's jump into it.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a flipping huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music.
It's well-deserved, man. I mean, not that this is the point of me checking this out, but I'll just say, like, Ren deserved this shit a long time ago, man. He deserved this shit a long time ago. He's got way more talent than his level shows. And that's really why, like, I love independent artists. I be checking out people like Ren, and it's because they have such a level of talent that just isn't matched by their following, isn't matched by, you know, labels distract so much shit and everything else. But like I said, man, Ren needs way more of a following than he has.
Music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal.
Appreciate
So
you, bro.
thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. It's too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me. But yeah, success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me, and that makes me feel very rich.
Hell yeah.
I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success.
I think that's, I'll go back to his strange position in a second, but I think that's a big thing that more people should realize, is as they climb up, helping other people is part of the benefit. Not only can helping more people make you bigger, but it also has the added benefit of, like, literally helping people. When circles work together, when you create connections, you get friends, you whatever, like specifically to YouTube, Ren wants to make friends with reactors like Black Pegasus, and they can work together to build each other up. And it has the added benefit of doing way more than just what each one of them would do on their own. You know, Ren can build himself solo. He might not get as far as if he backed reactors or backed other people and worked together with other people. BP, Black Pegasus, can go ahead and do his shit on his own and be like, nah, man, I'm not going to work with this artist. I'm not going to work with that artist. I'm just going to do me. It's all well and good, but you'll be out here. When you start covering bases and you look at Ren's going to have a certain type of following, or a general core following type. BP's going to have his own core following type. And when BP starts talking about Ren and goes, hey, I got this interview, I got whatever, and his core fans start seeing this, go, damn, this dude's dope, and vice versa with Ren, multiply that by however many people you work with, That's huge, man. That's huge. It gets more eyes on you. It gets people feeling the genuine vibe, like when you're not just doing it for clout, like you're literally working with people because you love working with people. It just, yeah, it does a lot, man. It does a lot.
To the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness. The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy.
I feel that too, man. As far as anxiety, as far as PTSD, depression, things that I've experienced in my own life, I feel like it's a huge motivation. I love that he says that, because it really is. When you're sitting there and you feel like there's nowhere else to go, that you feel like life's at an end, like I don't want to do anything, me, like break up and, serious break up and move here, and I didn't feel like my life was going anywhere, so I got into climbing 14ers and shit like that. Eventually this came around as well, and it's like shooting for those goals eventually started lifting me out of the shit, feeling like I'm accomplishing something changed a whole lot about that brain chemistry. So yeah, Ren, I can relate, man, and I like following you for that.
Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain, and I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good, because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day. But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a certain, to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel. Dancing.
So one of the things I'll say about like people who are constantly hurting or constantly going through struggle, and you have this thought of when is it going to end? I don't know what to call it. I know there's probably a term for this, but relative understanding or whatever. When life's hard all the time, the easy times will be that much more enjoyable. It gives you a lot more of a build-up, and it makes you a lot stronger of a person. That's just, like, comparison-wise, it's a lot better. Now, if life's easy for you all the time and you come across the hard part, it'll fucking shred you, because you're just not used to it.
Inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever. Whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are, you won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you, because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could be...
And that's a very poetic and beautiful way of summarizing what I was trying to say there. I 100% agree with that. When you get used to your struggles, when you get used to the dark, comfortable with the dark, you become very, very good at wielding the light. You become a lot better in those good scenarios.
Instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love. Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity, and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards, and the anger will pass.
And that statement right there, what we just listened to in the last 10-20 seconds. If you're feeling bitterness towards someone else, like, live with it, understand it, use it as a building block. Like, that is something that everybody should hear, because myself included, so often we're dragged into these toxic scenarios. We're battling it out in the comment sections, or we're in these live chats talking shit and doing whatever else. And it's, what good are you doing to the world? Again, myself included. What good are you doing if you're doing that kind of shit? So I agree with that 100%.
Hatred for your fellow human being.
Oh, we gotta go back just a little bit more.
Homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards, and the anger will pass.
Yeah. And projecting it outwards, vent in whatever healthy way that you can pick, and let it pass. Too many of us hang on to that shit.
We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect. Tapestries are made beautiful because of the variety in the sum of their parts. Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
Fuck yeah, Ren. Fuck yeah. I appreciate that so much, man. I really do. It's a really genuine video. He didn't just come on here and, oh my god, I made 1 million, and like, he made a thing of it. He made it a point to speak some good into the world. And really, I mean, he might not have thought of it, but I think it can be taken as a lesson from people. Those are some wise words from Ren, man. They really are. So if you like this reaction video, please be sure to smash that like button down below. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, subscribing. If you haven't already, add to his 1 million followers. Go check out his page. It's down in the description below, as is my link tree for other socials, in case you want to follow me on other platforms. I really do appreciate y'all being here. I strive to put what good into the world as he speaks of, not always 100% on that, not always successful in that, and I let the bad get a hold of me from time to time, but ultimately that's the goal, is to spread good in the world. So I appreciate y'all being a part of that, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.